Trade deadline season has come and gone for another year. While deadline day itself is, of course, about 8 hours of craziness each winter, deadline season can vary in length because it unofficially kicks off whenever the first big domino falls. This year, deadline season began when the Calgary Flames flipped Elias Lindholm to the Vancouver Canucks on January 31st. 2 days later, Sean Monahan was being moved from Montreal to Winnipeg, and since then we've been on high alert. It's finally time to take a breath as the bell is rung for another year, and general managers have been instructed to put down their phones. Starting off with the winners of the trade deadline this year, I'm going to go with the Vegas Golden Knights. The 11th hour move to acquire Thomas Hurdle from the San Jose Sharks was something else. The 6'3" center, who's currently injured, is going to make Vegas that much more difficult to line up with down the middle. Noah Hannafin was the most needle-moving defenseman available, and we might yet learn in coming days that the 27-year-old is officially re-upping with the defending champs. Also, the addition of Anthony Mantha with half his salary retained by Washington is a good dice roll. Between now and then, the Golden Knights are determined to hang as many banners as possible. The second winners in the trade deadline would definitely be the Winnipeg Jets. As I said before, Sean Monahan has been acquired by the Winnipeg Jets on February 2nd and has been a great fit for them as he's posting 8 goals in 13 games with the squad. The Winnipeg Jets currently sit 5th in the league standings and continue to rise up, especially after adding Tyler Toffoli from the New Jersey Devils. Nobody traded during deadline season has more goals than Toffoli's 26 this season. The right shot winger has 88 career playoff games in his resume, 2 trips to the final, and 1 cup ring. He even eliminated the Jets from the second round of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs with an overtime goal for the Montreal Canadiens. The Jets added a top 6 winger without dipping into their prospects and coughing up a single first round pick. I would be thrilled as a Jets fan, especially after this deadline. Next up for the trade deadline winners, we have the Carolina Hurricanes. Not only did they land Jake Gensel, who was the most talented player in the deadline, but it was also able to send money out the door. The Pittsburgh Penguins valued a player, Michael Bunting, who is not working out in Carolina after a 3-year UFA deal there last summer. Although they did lose lots of prospects and a few picks, I think this trade worked out great for them. The Canes also landed Evgeny Kuznetsov, who will account for a cap hit of $3.9 million for next season. It's a boomer bust play, but Kuznetsov is still just 31 years old and obviously has some cup know-how on his resume from a 2018 run with the Capitals that was Conn Smythe worthy. If I was a Canes fan, I would definitely be pleased with this deadline, especially after getting Jake Ensel. I am a Pens fan though, and this was disappointing to see him gone, but I think it's the best for Pittsburgh. Now, the last winners of the deadline would definitely be the Colorado Avalanche. They solved the problem as second line center and stayed strong in defense, adding center Casey Middlestat and defenseman Sean Walker. Although they traded Ryan Johansson and Bowen Byram, they also added forwards Brandon Duhaime and Yakov Trenin. Recently, Valery Nichushkin just got cleared from the NHL to continue practicing and had his first game back since and scored the game-winner goal in overtime. There's also rumors that Gabriel Landeskog might even return from knee surgery for the first time in 2 seasons. I would say the Avs made great moves this deadline and will continue to push in the playoffs. Now for the losers of the trade deadline, we have the New Jersey Devils. They acquired Jake Allen, which was a no-brainer for them, but the confusing part is why this didn't happen 2 months ago. I'm assuming they were hunting for Jacob Markstrom for too long and completely forgot about other options at the deadline. Jake Allen isn't a bad goalie, but Markstrom would have been a great add for them. They also added Kaapo Kähkönen from San Jose, but they got rid of their starter Vitek Vanacek. Now, in my opinion, this is not a great move. Vitek Vanacek is way better than Kaapo Kähkönen, and they definitely downgraded with their goalies. They also got rid of one of their top wingers, Tyler Toffoli, and traded him to Winnipeg Jets. And the Devils are definitely one of the most upsetting teams this year, and I don't think they're going to make playoffs. This is definitely one of the worst deadlines for them in history. Now, the biggest losers of the trade deadline would 100% be the New York Islanders. The Islanders are on a 5-game winning streak and within striking distance of both Eastern Conference wildcard clubs. But come on, the general manager couldn't even find a single body to help the squad out. Sure, the Islanders didn't have much room under the cap, but this is a veteran team that is living for the here and now. They literally made 0 moves and aren't even in a playoff spot right now. This is definitely one of the worst deadlines I've ever seen from a team. Now there we have it, the winners and losers of the trade deadline. I did miss a lot of teams, but I felt they weren't worthy enough for a winner or a loser. They were just in the middle. Let me know who you think I missed as a winner or even as a loser. Make sure to subscribe down below and like with notifications on to not miss any of our videos. Make sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok as well.